I'm always asking for requests, and I got a request to do a sugar beet harvest video. So here I am. It's drizzling rain. Not really the word I would call it, but anyway. I'm up here on Churchill Line. Not far. I don't think I'm far from Warwick, Ontario. I don't think. Anyway, what they do here to harvest beets, they have a ropa, which we'll get up close to in a minute, and it takes tops off, pulls the beets, lifts the beets, and puts them into a dump wagon. Then they bring the beets and they pile them at the edge of the field. And what they do then, they come along with a machine called a mouse. I think that's spelled M-A-U-S, and pick these beets up, load them on a truck, and I'm not sure where they go, the factory or the piling yard from here. The piling yard's quite a ways south, and the factory straight west, so I'll find that out too. Anyway, that's the beet pile. And what they do, they just line up semis on this road, and the mouse, and I'll get a picture of it too, it picks these up, loads them right onto the truck, and they load trucks pretty fast. Anyway, he was not long filling that dump cart. Now I think what he's going to do is go over and dump on that pile, then probably catch him again before he gets to the other end. Looks like he's doing, I would say, 6 or 8 rows. This thing is massive. I kind of think it has row finder on it, the way that hedge moves back and forth to keep him on the rows. Yeah, he dumped that load over there, and he's gonna come and catch another load. I know he will. I'm here today with Ken Smith. Ken, tell us about the ropa. What all are we doing here?
Well, we're defoliating and digging sugar beets all in one move here, and carrying them. It's a great machine compared to the old pull types that we started with. Yeah, this thing doing about 5 or 6 acres an hour and 30 ton plus beets, and great outfit.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is really.
This thing is a European design?
Yeah, made in Germany. Yeah. This is our second one, actually. I haven't got any commission from the sales guy yet, but I think I've sold him quite a few of these over the years because they work so good. Quality control is amazing. They don't hardly ever break down,
and you go in some pretty rough conditions.
Oh.
Like this is not pretty.
No, it's not. It's
mud.
Yeah, but if you notice the rear end, you see how it's sticking out there, how it dog tracks.
Yeah, I see that.
It spreads the weight over the whole digging area. So look at that field.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Actually, the best no-tilling soybeans, and you know a little bit about them, right into that stuff right there without even touching it. Next spring, that'll be just beautiful.
Perfect. So these beets you're piling here, are they going to go direct to the factory, or they go to the piling yard?
No, they go direct to the factory. Those things will be sugar in a few days.
So are they picking beets up somewhere today?
They are. straight down Churchill. If you keep heading towards Sarnia, you should run into a load right now. That was the most guy I was just talking to, Grace Transport. They have the contract to load them and hot truck them, and he was just moving to a different field of mine down there.
I should go catch up with him today.
You might. He might be between moves right now. If you give him a little time, he'll probably be loading there, I think. But yeah, that's the other thing that really made this a great deal.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, they used to block or do all this by hand. It just took forever.
Oh yeah, and
took an army.
And an army, right? And the average guy grew about 10 or 12 acres or something.
Because that's all he could do.
Yeah.
What are you doing? 8 rows?
9.
9 rows.
It's 15 foot, 9 20-inch rows.
So everybody plants in 20s?
Not really. 30 was the Beets came to Ontario. Everybody went 30 because you could use your corn planter, and that was pretty popular in Michigan. Although they had a lot of 28s over there, and they've got a lot of 22s. But here in Lambton, when we switched, we had a strong influence from Europe. We had a couple of one grower, especially that moved here, that grew them in Europe, and he wanted to go to this row width, and so he started that trend. While we were in 30s, our other machine used to have 630s on it, same head but 630s. Now we're 920s, and now everybody in Lambton is 20 of those, and I think about half of Kent County from what Wayne Martin tells me. It's just better.
Have you just got the one machine?
Yep. And we're going to put 900 and some acres through it this year.
So do you harvest around the clock?
No.
Just one shift?
It's one shift, yeah, so far.
They haven't made you
no,
24 hours yet?
No, they haven't, and I hope they never do. I'm getting too old for that. This is not a good scene right here.
I see a little flea bane.
This is,
I thought Kent County had all the flea bane, but we don't.
Can we blame this on you then?
Oh man, can't blame this on the seed man.
No, you're right. Actually,
I don't know where it came from. Like, we never had it 20 years ago.
No. Well, you know what? I think we did, but it wasn't resistant to Roundup.
Oh,
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I never knew. I remember hearing that could be what happened. It just became resistant, and so now we can't stop it as easy. It could be stopped if this guy had known that there's a spray called Lontrell, which you put it on split application, we'll control it. So, because I had a patch of it in the field, and I controlled it, but he didn't get the message here. So.
These new soybeans Enlist, you can spray 2,4-D on. That's going to be the end of the flea bane in soybeans.
I hope so. That wouldn't hurt. I can't even see the row here now.
So has this got automatic row finders?
It does. Out front there, you see those two things?
Yeah,
There's 2 wishbones there that are feeling those 3 rows.
Yeah.
And not only that, the digging units down here, you see those things bobbing back and forth and around. The digging units are hanging down from there, and they go back and forth a little bit. You see those rod linkages across there? They're actually doing some steering too. They you can adjust the percentage, but that steers the back wheels and this steers the front wheels, is what they tell me.
So how many acres would you do in a day?
A good day would be 50, 60 acres would be your big day. 40 to 50 is depending on the yield and conditions, of course, and how much stamina I got.
This thing really hooks the beets out.
Oh yeah, it does. If I went over to the pile and lower that, move down lower, it would hoof them out a lot faster than that. We'll unload that tank, which is close to 25 ton, in less than a minute when I put the boom down all the way. I have to be careful here when I'm loading the cart. I can control the speed of loading just slows me down a little bit. It does that itself automatically.
I might have been in your way.
No, that's his fault. Everything's a grain cart.
Oh yeah, I don't drive grain cart. I drive the combine, so I can always blame it on the grain cart guy.
I told him when you were coming that remember everything was grain cart driver's fault. Or the cart driver's fault. Yeah, so it's this is the best thing to me. And not only that, I got a cruise control, so now I'm not doing nothing. It's steering itself and controlling the speed.
So the header is steering it, or you have auto steer?
It is auto steer, but it's not GPS. It's just feeling the road. That thing up there, see that little thing bobbing back and forth? It's feeling the rows, and these digging units are feeling the rows. So,
and that's doing all the steering.
Yep. So this thing, these digging units are hanging down on those, one on either side of those fingers down there in front of them, and they can move back and forth about 4 inches. So they're feeling the way around the beets. Beets are not, they're not that uniform.
I couldn't believe just walking across the field. There's virtually no beets out there.
No, that's right. If you're leaving something, you haven't got this thing set right. That's all there's to it. But yeah, and that was one of the big advantages. If you remember, the old bull types had them wheels.
Yeah.
And they were solid on the bar.
Yeah.
So if you went off the row, you're slicing.
You missed them.
Every row too. Yeah. Or you could cut them in half,
Yeah.
You don't see that with this thing. And those beets they're being lifted, and those lifters are going back and forth about a couple inches like this as they move. Then you shove them through the ground.
And then there's a paddle that kind of kicks a beet out.
Yep, kicks all that back in. Then it lands on these rollers, which are cleaning them. And those rollers are run in different directions. So they clean a lot of the dirt right there. Then they go into a chain down under here that runs them back onto these turbines behind. If you look behind or get out there and take some video from out on the platform, you'll see those turbines down there. They're spinning them around, throwing all the trash out.
I can't believe how little dirt there is on them. Like, for the conditions you're running in.
Yeah, that's right. You can, this machine, if you set it right, you can get quite aggressive with the cleaning. So.
Yeah, a little moisture, they dig a little easier too.
Well, they do. They are now, and then the mouse machine, it cleans them again. So
yeah.
There'll be a 3 or 4 inch layer of dirt under that pile when they get mouse leaves.
Yeah.
And it actually does more if they sit for a day or two, because the beets shrink a little bit and dry up, and the mud
falls right off.
Yeah.
I can't believe how fast this thing unloads. Man.
Yeah. It's built to unload in a hurry. In Europe, a high percentage of those, they have real small fields, and they'll do, like, I started this field. In fact, you see that pile at this end of it, how nice and smooth it is? I did all that with it by itself.
Yeah.
So in Europe, that's pretty.
They don't use a dump cart.
Not much, no. I don't think. So they can.
I would think this thing likes big fields.
Well, it does, but that is the one really deceiving thing about it. You can take a 4 or 5 acre field and can go in there and get every beet with this thing. Whereas you couldn't with the pull type. You know, you try driving the foliator.
Yeah.
Now there you distracted me. I missed
The row.
The defoliators, you would break a lot of beets. And you drag a pull type, drag back it into corners. Just terrible, you know. Whereas this thing, you can pull into any. You can get every beet basically. What I do when if I was to pull in here, I just drive in and turn and drop the head. They going that way and turn around. Later I can come back and what I drove on, you get most of them.
Yeah, dig them up.
Yeah. No, it's well, we started our group up here. We had 3 pull type harvesters, 3 defoliators, 4 or 5 dump carts. So I used to go to the field with like
An army.
an army. You're right.
And you couldn't get them all together.
That's true, and didn't do as good a job. And here we are with 2 guys and the efficiency.
Yeah.
This thing tells me right to this field I'm only burning 8.9 liters an acre. Usually, now these beets are a little poorer here, but usually that runs about between 10 and 11. Now, of course, they're digging easier today. Maybe that's part of the reason it's down to it. So I can, you know, it's just a lot more efficient.
So how long will they leave them on the headland, or will they get?
Not long here in Lambton. Those will be gone probably tomorrow and the day after. I mean, they can leave them when they're cool. They can leave them quite a while, but the goal here is to get Lambton. It's always a bit of a drag in the system because we wind up with a lot of beets on the ground. If they don't get them over there timely, they always kind of complain about having the final beets into the factory so they know what the tonnage and how to make the checks up and stuff. Because these beets, as opposed to Dover, they once they cross the scales to the filing yard,
they know what they have.
And they belong to Michigan Sugar.
Yeah.
These still belong to us sitting
Yeah.
here until they pick them up. So we've never had to worry about that too much, but I've always had in the back of my mind that if some disaster happens, we got beets sitting in a pile here who's paying for them. So
Well, they're yours.
yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, I've been trying to get up here, Ken,
Good.
and it's the soybean harvest kind of got in the way, and
Yeah, well, I'm sure it did.
I had to go and get parts in Exeter, and I thought, hey, today's the perfect day.
Yeah, well, that's good. Right on your way back. Yeah. And I was a little worried it was a little muddy for you to come out here, but it's not bad.
You got the perfect spot here with that little road.
Yeah, we when we're looking for beet fields, we tend to like the front on side roads is really good.
Yeah.
Or lots of frontage on the other roads. So
And no hydro wires.
that we don't like them either. No.
Well, I'm gonna head off, Ken.
Yep.
Thanks for the tour.
Glad you came along, and this year with this bloody virus, I haven't had many visitors. So
No, well,
usually, here I'll drop you by your truck. Usually I get, especially the first few years we had this thing, you see people stop and
Yeah.
come over. Holy mackerel! I remember we did these by hand way back. We have lots of riders, but this year not so much.
There's a lot of people in this country because of sugar beets.
You're right there. You're right. I agree.
We're going to do a quick walk around here. Ken's going to tell us what all goes on.
So if you look under the front here, right here, there's a bunch of flails that take most of the green off. First, defoliator, and this thing here bounces over the beets. These fingers here feel the beets, and this knife cuts the top off them, scalps them.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, and that spring is just to kick the tops aside, and then the digging shoes are right there, and those things are kind of like pushing a plow through the ground, and they're moving back and forth as they go about 2 or 3 inches.
And then those paddles kind of
Kick them out.
kick the beets out.
Back out on the rollers. The rollers clean them quite a bit. It's hard to see the next stage, but it's up in there. They come onto a chain and they get carried back and dumped on these, we call them turbines, and these things spin like that, and they're fed. They go around that one, they go around that one, they go around the third one, and then they're dropped on a ring conveyor which circles the whole machine all the time.
The Ferris wheel.
Well, yeah, it's replaced the Ferris wheel. It's now the ring conveyor. Just picks them up, drops them in the tank, and then there's that big auger up there that
Levels them
to the back, and that thing automatically with a sonar device measures what's in the tank, and when it gets 80% full, reverses the auger and fills the front. Fills the front, beeps at me, and so it's
in dry conditions. This would clean a lot of mud off.
oh yeah, and these things here we call gates, and you see this space here, that's at 0. That's as low as I can run that, but I can bring that up to about here. If I have big beets and a lot of junk, you can throw more stuff out. And we changed these, and probably we're going to do that soon, because there's another outfit that's called a pigtail, which is really a spring-loaded finger. Sits, replaces these, and it'll bounce them around some more and knock more dirt off if we get into muddier conditions. So, the speed of these things is controlled by the cab and everything, so there's a lot of adjustments. A lot of adjustments, but you do it all up there sitting in the cab, so I like that.
Well, that's great. Thanks a lot, Ken, and I appreciate the lid you got on.
Oh, you know, I've been wearing that all fall. It wasn't intended.
Oh, good. We like to hear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, very good.
Well, that's good. Well, you take care, and we'll see you again.
See ya. Well, that's about it for the beet tour. And if you like this video, give us a like. And I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but I noticed on the last video we had up, we got quite a few subscribers, new subscribers. I hope Todd subscribed. I don't know whether you did or not, but anyway, I'll catch you again.